Shadowed Battlegrounds presents Fortress of Valor, The Stand at Rorke's Drift, the Anglo-Zulu War, 1879. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the rugged terrain of Zululand. The air was thick with tension and anticipation as the small mission station of Rorke's Drift prepared for an imminent attack. Among the defenders stood Sergeant Major William Thomas, a seasoned veteran of the British Royal Engineers, known for his steely resolve and tactical acumen. As the final rays of sunlight faded, the distant sounds of drums and war cries began to echo through the hills. The Zulu warriors, fresh from their victory at Isandlwana, were closing in. Sergeant Major Thomas gathered his men, his voice calm but commanding. "Listen up, lads," he began, his eyes scanning the faces of the nervous but determined soldiers. "We're outnumbered, but we're not outmatched. This is our ground, and we will hold it." Lieutenant John Chard, the officer in charge, nodded in agreement. "We've fortified the station as best we can. Use the barriers to our advantage. Keep your heads, and we'll get through this." The defenders took their positions behind makeshift barricades of mealie bags and biscuit boxes. The tension was palpable as they waited in the eerie silence. Suddenly, the Zulu war cries grew louder, and the first wave of warriors appeared, charging with terrifying speed and ferocity. "Steady! Steady!" Thomas shouted, his voice cutting through the chaos. "Hold your fire until they're within range." The Zulus advanced, their shields gleaming and spears poised to strike. As they drew closer, Thomas gave the order, "Fire!" A volley of gunfire erupted, cutting through the front ranks of the attackers. But the Zulus were relentless, their sheer numbers pressing the attack. The defenders reloaded and fired with practiced efficiency, but the waves kept coming. Sergeant Major Thomas moved along the line, offering words of encouragement and checking on the wounded. His presence was a steadying force, a beacon of resolve in the midst of the storm. Despite the ferocity of the Zulu assault, the defenders held their ground, repelling wave after wave of attacks. Hours passed, the night dragging on in a brutal, bloody contest. The Zulus attacked in waves, each one testing the limits of the defenders' endurance. The air was filled with the sounds of gunfire, war cries, and the groans of the wounded. But through it all, the defenders stood firm. As dawn approached, the attacks began to wane. The Zulus, exhausted and depleted, started to withdraw. The defenders, equally exhausted but victorious, watched as the remaining warriors melted back into the hills. Sergeant Major Thomas leaned against a barricade, his face smeared with dirt and sweat. He looked around at his men, seeing the exhaustion and relief etched into their faces. "We did it," he said quietly, his voice tinged with pride. "We held the line." Lieutenant Chard approached, extending a hand. "Well done, Sergeant Major. Your leadership was invaluable." Thomas shook his hand, a faint smile breaking through his grim expression. "We all did our part, sir. Every man here fought like a lion." In the aftermath of the battle, the defenders of Rorke's Drift tended to their wounded and mourned their fallen comrades. They had faced overwhelming odds and emerged victorious, a testament to their courage and determination. 11 Victoria Crosses were awarded to the defenders, recognizing their extraordinary bravery. For Sergeant Major William Thomas, the Battle of Rorke's Drift would forever be etched in his memory. It was a night of terror and triumph, a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. As he looked out over the quiet battlefield, He knew that their stand at Rorke's Drift would be remembered for generations to come. If you like this story and want to see more, click on the icon top left. If you want to help support our channel, please hit the subscribe button on the top left. Also, if you can, please share on social media if you like. Thank you.